Hi and welcome to today's video. I am so happy that you're here, and for those of you who have never seen any of my videos before, I wanted to give you a little context. So my name is Belle, I am an Akashic Records mentor and medium, and recently I've started a new Akashic Records Oracle Deck. And within this deck I have reappearing characters. So I thought this would be the perfect theme for one of my videos, and today, as I am introducing a new character to this lovely world that I am building, this was just the perfect fit. So I hope that you feel very welcome, that you enjoy what's coming next, and that you feel inspired and so full of good energy afterwards. So without any further ado, let's get into the video, and I hope that you enjoy the unfolding of this new character, and while you can listen to my thoughts about this topic on how to build characters that people can truly fall in love with. Let's go. The reason I created the first deck in the first place was because I couldn't find an Akashic Records Oracle deck that truly met all my needs. And for clarity, I wanted themes that felt important to my own life and spiritual growth. I longed for artwork that felt inviting, inspiring, and a little bit magical. I needed a deck designed for work inside the Akashic Records so I could dive deeper into each theme through direct soul connection. And I dreamed of characters who could accompany me, kindred spirits to walk with through my daily practice. You might wonder why characters were important to me. It's because I've always loved stories. Romanticizing life, weaving magic into everyday moments, these things bring me so much joy. I feel more connected, more inspired, and more alive when I can meet the world, both seen and unseen, as a place full of fellow souls, whether imagined, spirit-born, or incarnated. When it comes to the stories and characters for my decks, they usually find me when I least expect it. One of my favorite characters from the first deck is Hope. He is a tiny tree, and I met him in the Black Forest while staying with my uncle. At the time, I was doing energy work with my uncle's wife, and every day during our lunch breaks, there was this little tree on the kitchen table. I used to sketch him in my notebook, and honestly, it felt like he was communicating with me. Even then, whispers of an oracle deck and a magical world were already circling in my imagination. Bit by bit, the story grew. I thought about how much I adore my two cats, Frida and Lottie, and made them the protagonists of this journey. So far, the first deck has gathered a whole little soul family: Frida and Lottie, the witch cat sisters; Angel, their wise tortoise mentor who owns the apothecary; Hope, the sweet little bonsai tree; Ebbo, the smartest and most reckless chicken at our home; Melody, the delightful delivery oil; and the witches' familiars Phantom and Silver. Well, between you and me, there's also Gregory the Acorn. Gregory hasn't formally made his entrance into the decks yet, and truth be told, I love having him tagged into our behind-the-scenes adventures for now. Maybe one day he'll step forward when the time is right. And today another new soul has quietly stepped into our world. Theodore, a very unexpected, very special friend. The idea for him first appeared around Halloween last year. I work a few afternoons each week at a community center for kids between the ages of 6 and 12. One day, one of my colleagues had drawn the cutest little vampire I had ever seen on our whiteboard, surrounded by tiny giggling ghosts the children had painted. I immediately fell in love with the character and scene. Without me consciously realizing it, a new character began to quietly grow in the back of my mind. Since then, Theodore has been with me, not always loudly, but in fleeting, tender moments. A sudden conversation appearing in my mind. An unexpected opinion I just knew wasn't mine. A feeling of someone kind watching the world with curious eyes. Over time, Theodore became more and more vivid. Not just an idea, but a soul in his own right. And today I'm so honored to finally introduce him to you. Theodore, the soulful ghost sitter. Today, as you can watch me paint our very first glimpse of Theodore, introducing him not just through words, but through the language of color, shape and form, I will explore with you the art of creating characters people can fall in love with. For me, having characters come to me rather than forcing them into existence is the most magical part of the creation process. When a character introduces themselves naturally, they arrive already carrying a soul of their own. They feel vivid, alive and deep, far more real than anything I could have consciously invented. It's like they walk beside me in everyday life, quietly commenting on little things, sharing a feeling, a perspective, an insight that is new and delightful to me. Especially when I'm working on a project regularly, the main characters become my close companions. When I make space for them in my heart, when I let them live beside me rather than locking them into schedules or expectations, that's when they truly bloom. It's a kind of soft magic, something between imagination and intuition, a living connection that has a rhythm of its own. I started to write stories and books when I was around 12 years old. Over the years, I wrote many unpublished books, comics, poems, and countless little stories, each one a doorway into a world I could live in for a while. And through all those years of creating and meeting new characters, I learned a few things about how to build souls that people and you yourself can truly fall in love with. Let them introduce themselves. Instead of designing every detail from the outside, I've found it's more magical to listen first. Some of my favorite characters, like Theodore, didn't arrive because I invented them. They came knocking quietly, already carrying their own dreams, their own fears, their own ways of seeing the world. When you listen, really listen, characters reveal themselves to you in ways more beautiful than anything you could force. Spend time with them outside of your project. Characters become real when you invite them into your everyday life. Imagine their thoughts while you're cooking, wonder what they would notice on your walk. Picture them sitting beside you while you read or sketch. They begin to grow roots in your world and your heart when you let them exist beyond deadlines or quote-unquote the work. Give them contradictions. Real souls are full of beautiful contradictions. It's part of what makes them so lovable. Theodore, for example, so polite and shy in public, but so dramatically funny and mischievous among friends. It's the small, tender quirks, the moments that surprise even you, that make a character unforgettable. Let them unfold in their own time. You don't have to know everything about them at once. Just like meeting a dear friend for the first time, it takes time to discover who they are. Trust that they'll share their stories, their scars, their secret dreams when they're ready. And that's exactly how Theodore found his way into this world. He introduced himself to me as an idea, quickly becoming an inspired shape in the back of my mind, and bit by bit the story around him began to bloom. Not in a single day, but over a period of inspired moments, like little lanterns lighting up one by one, guiding me towards his many traits. As we welcome him into our story today, let me share a few things I already know about this lovely vampire. He's a ghost sitter, a gentle shepherd to the souls who are still lingering a little while longer. He's shy in public, soft-spoken, polite, and always impeccably dressed in his black and crimson suit. But among trusted friends, like his beloved ghosts, he becomes wonderfully dramatic, funny, and secretly loves being the center of a little attention. He has a heart as wide as the night sky and the patience of 1,000 sunsets. The ghosts absolutely adore him, they fuss over him and follow him everywhere like a trail of starlight. I'm so happy that you're still with me this far along in the video, and I am honestly so excited to share beautiful Theo with you. I would love to hear your thoughts about the theme, about Theo the vampire and the ghost sitter. I truly love him, and as always I am sending you so much good energy, so much love, and see you soon. Bye bye.